There it is. Hello to everybody in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Happy Baseball Friday is right, and old dad. Great job, right? Getting in early with it. Tony was on top of it, too. 5 hours till first pitch. Let's go. It's a, I forget, by the way, that it is a long weekend. I said that yesterday, that I don't ever remember President's Day. And it's not a long weekend for us. We're on the air Monday.
Yeah, I've got a 10 o'clock meeting on Monday morning.
Did you tell the person who scheduled the meeting that it's President's Day? And
well,
you did not.
I did not, because Gene booked it. So
yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Well, Gene, you're pseudo-retired. You might not know this is a holiday coming up.
This is why when we take days, hey, we worked MLK Day, we worked President's Day, we worked Labor Day.
Yeah.
It trades off. It evens out.
I always say about the day thing, and I don't really worry about it because my contract's my contract. I'll take as many damn days as I can take. But it's people know when you're off work when you do this job. They know. I don't know when Jerry listening to the show is off work. Nobody does.
You're not keeping track of the chat and saying, "Hey, Tony Greco, where you been the last 2 days?" You're supposed to be here.
I might get concerned from time to time if I check the chat and I don't see somebody who's who's typically here and they're gone for any length of time. I might be, hey, I wonder what happened to I Love the Knowles 72. I Love the Knowles 72 has not been in here lately.
He's 86.
he's done. He's done dealing. This is not a funny story, but it is a Libations Friday, so I'll just loosey-goosey this thing to start. There's a guy that died that was a regular at a place I go to get food to go. And this place has a bartender, and I always familiarize myself with the bartender. And as I sit down and wait on my food to go, I might have a beer or two. And I saw this person frequently over the years at this particular place. They would be there.
Yes, to the 22-ounce pour. Yes.
So this person who was usually at the bar, at least once a month I'd see them, maybe twice, depending on how frequently I went to that place to get my takeout food, was just up and died. And I didn't know it. And I found out earlier this week because I went to said place and I get this Steakhouse Blue Salad. It's delicious. And I'm waiting on it. And I'm looking around and it occurs to me, I haven't seen this guy in a while. And so I said, hey, how's Jerry doing? They're like, Jerry's dead. Well, he's not doing well. And the guy behind me laughed because, right, yeah. And
he's not doing poorly either.
Yeah, no, he's dead. And so so that's an answer to your question. It took me about 3 weeks before I thought, I wonder where Jerry is. And then you don't expect the person to be like, he's dead. They found him dead in his home a week ago. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Not actually Jerry, is it?
It is Jerry. That's why it's funny. I always use the fake name Jerry, and his name was Jerry. Yeah. And Jerry's dead.
How recent was this?
Oh, within a week? No, this week. I found out this week.
I'm going to talk to you during the break.
It's not that Jerry.
It's not that Jerry?
It's not that Jerry.
Right.
That Jerry's a legend, and I would not have.
I just saw him. You've got to be kidding me.
No, it's not that Jerry. No, that would have been, no, I wouldn't have brought that up in that way.
Wow.
This Jerry was just a normal Jerry. Yeah, no, nothing special. Just a normal Jerry.
Oh, wow. Okay. just a normal Jerry.
Whatever. He's all right.
Might spell it with a G.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. He's a good enough guy. I love Jerry. I liked him all right. He's around, nice enough guy.
I once stepped into that kiddie pool of despair with somebody who lost a friend. He was in my golf league. This is years ago when I was in college. It's a Tuesday night men's league, and I'm playing golf with the assistant pro, Steven. He and I are in a cart. I'm like, so how's Billy Murphy doing?
Dead.
No, he didn't say. He's like, oh, Billy. Whatever he said, I didn't understand what he meant, that Billy was dead.
Yeah, Billy's no longer with us.
He said something akin to that.
Kick loose the
metal
coil.
He left the league?
What? He left the league?
And he goes, Tom, he's dead. I go, oh. And it was his best friend. Billy's his best friend.
Oh, well.
And I'm like, oh, my God.
What are you trying to say?
He left the league?
Dead.
He's dead, Tom. And he's starting to, tear up because Billy meant a lot.
He loved him. Yeah.
But Billy bent his car around a tree.
Well,
yeah.
That's even worse. If it was just that Billy was 88
Billy
years
was
old,
just playing with us.
if you'd be like, well, death comes for us all.
Billy
was
was
88. It's a good run.
Billy was in his late 30s, early 40s.
Oh,
Billy,
no. Damn, that's a rough one.
Yeah.
Damn it, Billy.
And I did not pick up the cue.
I know.
And it's still.
Why would he quit the league?
That's right. That's 20 years later. I'm still a little bothered that I didn't see the signs.
He was that downtrodden about somebody leaving the league. You should have picked up. Like, well, you're awfully upset about Billy not playing in the league
not
anymore.
With us now. Yeah, no, Billy's not with us. I'm like, oh no, I loved being in the league with Billy.
Yeah. Did he join another league? Oh, he definitely did.
Yeah.
The League of the Dead. Billy's in the ground or dust or whatever they did with Billy.
Rest in peace, Billy Murphy.
Yeah. Chris wrote nothing special. Wow, Jeff, opening day, get some. I'm just saying, Jerry, this Jerry was, I didn't have long, drawn-out conversations with this Jerry where I got to know him well, and he didn't have anything interesting to say all that often. So, that's why I say nothing special, Jerry. He was probably special to somebody else, I'm sure, and I would not have said this to them.
A couple other thoughts. The Spectator says, that's one less Jerry to talk about, and Old Dad says, it's not like he had Masters tickets for you.
Oh, that's an age-old story there. A classic. I'll never forget getting that call from my dad. You know the guy that I introduced you to that had the Masters badges? Yeah, he died yesterday. Damn it.
Is it too soon to ask about the badges, Dad?
I said it to him right off the bat. I said right off the bat, Dad, are you going to the viewing? And if so, can you ask his family about those badges? He was really insistent that I get to go to the Masters. I mean, he called me and everything, offered them up. Are they in his desk? Do we know? Can we find the badges? Yeah, that was a tough one. Never got the badges, didn't get to go. Went years later, thankfully. Thanks to Trey Jones, taking me to the Masters and thoroughly enjoyed that and got the behind the scenes. The wait was worth it. I ended up getting the thrill of a lifetime meeting Jack in the cabins there and got to walk inside the ropes and do things I would have never been able to do with the dead guys badges. I can tell you that.
That's right. Yeah, it was worth it.
First pitch, 6 o'clock tonight. The rotation is set. Brought that up yesterday. Now we get to see what this team looks like. First weekend of the season. Fourth year for Link Jarrett, who is a stickler for the details. And Link is a guy, I love that he talked about being nervous. There's something I like about coaches like Link. They're not dissimilar to us as passionate fans. They have to be in some ways. Obviously, they're paid to run the entire organization and make big decisions in the tensest of moments. And obviously, their baseball acumen, if they're a baseball coach, football acumen, if they're a football coach, whatever it might be, should surpass ours. Should. Not always. I'm not convinced it always does in some cases, but it should, generally speaking, when you're making more than $1 million a year to coach a team at a college level. And Link checks all the boxes. But I like that he gets nervous, and I like that he cares about Florida State baseball in a similar vein to the way we care about Florida State baseball. It's personal. It is very much to him. And listen, that's not a knock on people who don't have that same passion, let's say, for a program that they didn't attend or didn't grow up watching. But in Link's case, he did. Both. He grew up right here in Tallahassee. Became a baseball player right here in Tallahassee, a good one at that. And then, obviously was an elite player at FSU. And his community is Tallahassee. That's where he always wanted to get back to. He always wanted to coach his alma mater. He always wanted to be back at Florida State, to don that jersey, to wear that hat again as a manager. Having grown up with his family at those games as a little kid, and watching what Mike Martin built and how close he was when he got to play with Mike Martin, the way he felt about him, to have him come back, you sense it every time you talk to him. That is on and off the record. I've talked to him off the record plenty of times, conversations with him. We just did it this week where we talked for a good 5 to 10 minutes after the interview. And you just tell he loves baseball and he loves Florida State baseball.
Boy,
does he love Florida State baseball.
I wish the tape was rolling on that post conversation, because he was speaking about the relative strengths of high A ball, double A ball, and what college baseball has become in the last few years, and the way that you manage a college baseball team versus the minor leagues and how he experienced it as somebody who has been in the minor leagues, has played it, coached it.
Yeah.
That was really good stuff. Just nuggets of wisdom from Link. He is extremely detail oriented, not only in the way that he builds his program and he manages his own baseball games, but for the sport. He has such a love of the game. And it's really easy to talk to somebody when they have a giant love for the game like you or I do.
It's a great quote of the story that I believe Ira wrote for the website, warchant.com. Ever heard of it? Go there. You can read the story. It's about opening day. And Link was asked about, leading the baseball team into the start of the season and opening day. And he talked about his emotions. And he went on to say, look, you're excited, nervous for the organization to go right, the operation, to go right. You have expectations. I want the stadium, the facility. I want the experience for the fans. I want all of that to be right. You've worked very, very hard evaluating players, recruiting players, countless visits, all the discussions, all the mechanics involved in recruiting, building the roster, player development, and program development. We've asked people to give money to help us clean things up in the stadium, and we're doing that. So you're nervous and you're excited. You want it to go right. I feel similar to how I did when I was a player, but you're looking at the totality of the operation because I do feel responsible for all of it. And I think we're in a pretty good place on the field. We have to go do it. Man, that's a great quote. It kind of summarizes, I think, exactly who he is and the way he thinks about this program and what he wants out of Florida State baseball for not only his players and himself and his coaching staff, but the fans and everybody that calls themselves a Nole or roots for Florida State in some capacity.
Totality of the organization is a very Link Jarrett phrase that just sounds like something he would say. And he would say it in a closed door meeting and he would say it in a press conference. But yeah, if you're battling for even minor upgrades and you're asking people to part with their money, what he's showing is that weighs on him heavily because he wants it to pay off. He wants to show ROI. And I think that's refreshing, at least for me as a Nole, stepping away from the media side a little bit, for me as a Nole, because it felt like as we were going through football struggles, that part of the weight, what it means, how it weighs on you as a human, we didn't hear that part of it from administration or the lead of the program, but Link is doing that right here. Now it's easier because he's also coming off of a lot of success the last couple of years, so it's easier to say that publicly, but it's just nice to hear that somebody understands how much people are putting into each program, the money that they're investing in,
that they're asked to invest in.
Yes.
Yeah. Constantly.
And that there's a pressure that comes with that. And Link speaking, I feel that as the head coach of the baseball
will say
program.
in fairness, I do too, Tom. And I will say in fairness to the administration, an athletic director, chairman of the board, anybody like that. Well, in some cases, you can understand that being a bit more detached than, say, the coach. And not because, again, I think there's the way you would view it as a former player here and a former All-American here and now a coach here and somebody, there's no way that somebody could find that same sort of investment emotionally or otherwise and be able to convey that at all. If they are from somewhere else and went somewhere else and didn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand
it's impossible.
That. Well, yeah, the athletic director is not a grad.
But
the chairman is, and
really,
Mike's not. Yeah.
But I mean, even like, it's not just not a grad. There are plenty of non-grad, diehard Florida State fans that I meet all the time. But like a lot of these people come in, they're not even from Tallahassee. They're from Florida. They've never been here until they got the job. So it would be hard to expect that same connection.
No, that's fair. I just think that Link is nailing it.
100%.
And
I love it too.
It's almost like a luxury fashion because you have to understand that you're asking for something from somebody, from a lot of somebody, in order to make this work. And you want it for them. Like that's the whole thing where you just hear that quote from somebody in power who says, I want it for you. Of course I want it for my players and for what I'm trying to build, but I want it for you because you're the one that's caring in many different ways. That is refreshing and it makes it easier to root for is all I'm saying.
And I think you're correct. And the second part of that quote, which I'll get to now, will make you feel that way all the more. We're doing cool things. It's not easy. You have to have cooperation and alignment. Planning to try to do some of these things. I do feel responsible for the game day experience overall. Now, a big part of that is that you put a winning product on the field. That helps the game day experience. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I get that. I'm more responsible for that than anything. But this is home for me. I want the people that show up 40 times to love what they see, what it's like to get in, their ticketing, their seating. Is it clean? Does the concession stand offer you opportunities that keep people coming back? You mean like sell beer? So I'm looking at the entirety of the operation, knowing that the crux of it is on the field. But I can't just look at that. There's periods of time in the year where I'm trying to build and improve the experience for the people that support us. Well, let me say this. This isn't a Jeff Cameron show translation like I do Coach Cameron Translates. But, okay, in addition to this being near and dear to his heart, as we've just got done talking about, it's pretty obvious that Link understands where all of this is going. And this is something we've touched on before. You, now more than ever, have got to be your own fundraiser. You've got to be, because the university right now, with the sports, college sports being what they are, and football being the king of all of them.
Inefficient as it is here.
Inefficient. There's a lot that is being asked for from all of the fans, all of the alumni, all of the boosters, all of the supporters of any kind. They're constantly badgered for money. And 90+% of the money that they've committed in rev share goes to football. And it's going to be going to football for the foreseeable future. We'd like to help football out with a robust NIL, a robust battles in support. But until that gets built up, now that the pivot has occurred and those in charge have figured out that there's no guardrails coming, ain't nobody coming down the pike to save you. You're still going to have the money. You're going to have to figure out a way to add to the coffers. And when you're basketball or you're baseball, and damn sure if you're a softball, volleyball, track, tennis, you name it, you better find a way to ensure that your biggest supporters, those who care about all the programs, those who come to the games, those who support the Lonnie Alamedas and the Link Jarretts of the world, to be able to look them in the eye and ask them without reservation to give more, you have to have this mentality, which is that every time these people come and pay their hard-earned money for a ticket or to buy season tickets or to give to the coaches programs or to have something that we can put towards building this up and making it even greater, they better have the best experience that they can possibly have. You've got to be buttoned up. You've got to make sure that it's worth their while so that you can, in good conscience, say, I need you to do a little more. I'm sorry. This is where the sport's headed. I like fielding an elite team. You like supporting an elite team. We all want Florida State to win. And for that to happen, we need to continue to foster a strong NIL, because that rev share money, and they're not going to say this, but I will, that rev share money ain't going to them. It's going to football. And it would be going to football, quite frankly, even if they were kicking ass. Now, it's all the more dire since they're not kicking ass, but football pays the bills. It has to be at the top of the resources. And I think now more than ever, you see it, people like Trey Jones, who understood early on, I'm just a golf coach. I love golf. I'm the head coach at Florida State. It's my dream to be coaching here at Florida State and to be involved in my sport that I love, that I played in college, as Trey did. But what can I reasonably expect my university to give me so that I can become an elite program? Probably not a lot. I'm going to be low down the pecking order of people that get the money. I better make sure I foster relationships with other people who love the Noles and golf, and make sure that they have a great experience, perhaps with some of my former players, perhaps with other coaches that I work with, perhaps coming up here to stay and play at the Legacy course. This is how you ensure future dollars. And, at the start of a season like this, I think it's important to take a big picture snapshot of where we are. Florida State right now as a baseball program is able to compete at an elite level for a couple of reasons. Link is a really good coach, and he began winning right out the gates. He had the bad first year, inherits a mess, gets it turned around, changes the culture, everything about it changes, and now from there, the next 3 years, he has kicked ass, right? He's done very well. This is a tradition-laden program, thanks to Mike Martin and others. And this is a place that expects to go to Omaha and wants to win the elusive national championship. It is the lone thing that has eluded Florida State baseball. So it has tradition, it has excellence, it has history and cachet. So it doesn't take much to spark the enthusiasm and investment of fans, but you do have to win. So he got that part out of the way. He started winning. And they develop players. They're producing major leaguers. They're producing guys that are getting drafted. For the elite recruits around the country, that's something they have to see. Because if they can't get that here, they'll go any number of other places that are routinely churning out pros. So check that box too. But Florida State doesn't have SEC money. Florida State doesn't have the facilities that other programs have that they're seeking to compete against both in recruiting and on the diamond at all times. So this has got to be a place in which you play at an elite level to overcome some of the things that you don't have an advantage in, so that when you go to a recruit, you can say, I may not have LSU's money. There may not be the commitment that LSU has to baseball here. But I have a proven track record of winning, developing talent, churning out pros. We have as good a shot as LSU or anybody else to get to Omaha. So you're not taking a step back by coming here. And, I worry, how long can you do that without the actual dollars? Because right now, it's still an allure. Florida State is still a great place to come play baseball, obviously. But, man, the longer that we are out of the money and don't have the same resources, I worry long-term about those things that are a detriment to Florida State baseball being great.
What I heard there was it's opening day. Everything is sunshine and rainbows and hope and smiles. That's what I heard.
Well,
and in the words of
it's
Matt
a
Millar,
realistic snapshot.
Championship.
Right. It's a realistic snapshot of where we're at. We're good. We're really good. And we have a chance to compete for a championship. But big picture, we're going to have to raise more money. We're going to have to do better. We're going to have to invest more. Jeff Cameron Show, 93.3 Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV.
Hey, Knowles fans, it's Shannon Young with Cross Country Mortgage, proud sponsor of the Jeff Cameron Show. If you feel like the housing market is on a losing streak, I can help you find new momentum and respond. Waiting for mortgage rates to drop could actually cost you more in the long run. When rates fall, home prices and buyer competition go up. That's why I'm helping Knoll Nation to get pre-approved now. So when the perfect home hits the market, you're ready to score before the other team even lines up. Whether you're buying your first home or upgrading your dream home, I'll guide you through every step with passion and preparation. Let's get started today. And you can do that at loansforknowles.com. That's loansforknowles.com. You can reach me at 954-369-6171. That's 954-369-6171. I'm Shannon Young with Cross Country Mortgage, helping Knowles everywhere find their home field advantage.
And here come the leaves. Thousands of them falling fast, covering every inch of the yard. But wait, who's this rushing in? It's the Lawn Johns with the ultimate fall cleanup blitz. From clearing leaves to fresh pine straw and mulch, the Lawn Johns dominate the field, your yard, so you can focus on what matters. Grilling, chilling, and cheering on your team. Don't let leaves sack your game day fun. Call the Lawn Johns today and win the battle of the backyard. The Lawn Johns, your lawn, our game.
T-Spark Enterprises, roofing and construction services. T-Spark Construction.com. We conquer all peaks. We fix those darn leaks. Call 850-766-1340. T-Spark Enterprises, roofing and construction services. T-Spark Construction.com.
License number CCC 1331204.
Water is your home's worst enemy. It finds cracks, soft spots, and weaknesses. But not on our watch. At Gutter Solutions and Waterproofing, we're veteran-owned and built different, driven by detail and the pursuit of excellence. We install seamless gutters, underground drainage, and waterproofing systems that don't fail. Because when you live with discipline, water doesn't stand a chance. Gutter Solutions and Waterproofing. Visit guttersolutions.net. With us, it's personal.
Hey, no fans, our partner ISF Inc. is a national management and IT consulting firm located right here in Tallahassee, Florida, solving the future for state governments through strategy, process, and technology. As a trusted advisor for state governments, ISF knows the importance of defining a clear and detailed strategy. Our friends at ISF can help your organization create a strategy that sets you on a path to success. ISF, your vision plus our expertise brings your brilliant ideas to life. Visit ISF.com to learn more. ISF, solving the future.
From the championship stage to coaching change and everything in between, Warchant.com remains your home for the best FSU football coverage in the business. Brutally honest columns and features, market-leading multimedia presence across video and podcast, the largest FSU fan community with a staff that combines for over 100 years of experience covering the Noles. When change comes, Warchant.com is your home for analysis from every angle. Warchant.com, your ultimate Seminole sports source. Sign up today.
The Jeff Cameron Show is a production of the Warchant.com Multimedia Network. Check out Warchant.com today for the latest news inside Florida State athletics. That's Warchant.com. Now, back to Jeff on Real Talk 93.3.
You see some college football news here in the last 24 hours? Kind of interesting. The Pac-12's plan for the flex week. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. At the end of the season, the top four teams, or they have four host sites that are going to have different opponents based upon the standings.
Yeah,
right?
It's a round-robin slate with a flex matchup for each team in Week 13. The flex week, they're hoping, is instrumental in determining the college football playoff picture for the Pac-12. They're obviously trying to establish themselves as, once again, to some sort of prominence, and get one of their members to the 12-team tournament would be nice.
Well, it's smart because, what you're trying to do is create a game that matters in a time slot that people don't have otherwise. And what they have to do, though, because you have to sell season tickets and promise a certain amount of home games, so they've locked in the home teams, and it's just a matter of who those home teams are going to play. That's the flex.
It's maintain a 3-game non-conference slate with a bye week because they only have, teams cannot play more than 7 conference games. And you have one unclaimed date, like you're talking about, on each squad's schedule. And it's an open slot that the Pac-12 will introduce as the flex week or flex games. And it's a repeat matchup per team. You can have that. Every program will play a Pac-12 team it faced earlier in the year. But importantly, the Week 13 rematch, as they write here on their own site, will not count towards conference standings. Last year effectively provided a trial run. Oregon State and Washington State played a home-and-home series, which I do remember, barely. But
yeah, I don't remember you that at all. No. You could have told me they played a best of 5, and I would have believed you.
Tom, are you aware that Oregon State and
Washington
State played 5 times?
They're experimenting with the aggregate. And home points and away points like soccer. It's really it's the damnedest thing.
So, as with every other group of 6, the Pac-12 aims to produce one of the 5 highest-ranked champions in college football to secure an automatic bid. Pairing 2 former power conference programs in Oregon State and Washington State with top-flight Mountain West schools is their game plan. The Flex Week allows the Pac-12 to assess late in the season which of the teams have the most realistic path to making the college football playoff. And then they're calling this a dynamically adjusted schedule to increase their odds of earning the berth. You like that?
Got to use the word dynamic somewhere.
It's dynamic. Right. So if Boise State stands at 15th in the CFP rankings in mid-November and no other group of 6 teams are in the top 25, the Pac-12 could hand the Broncos a highly winnable matchup in the Flex Week to make sure they remain undefeated. Here's our gift to you. You get these sad sap bastards at the bottom of the league.
Benny the Beaver.
Don't make those assumptions about our man, Benny. What if Fresno State, in a battle with teams from the American and Sun Belt, need a marquee win to set them apart? They could say, well, here you go, Fresno State. You're going to play the second best team in our league again. Let's go. Let's get it on. And it's a non-conference matchup, so the top two teams in the league can lose in Week 13 and still participate in the Pac-12 championship game. How about them apples? That's right. So those are the stipulations, if you will, for the flex week.
I wonder if Oregon State's good enough, if Benny will phone back in. And I hope he survived all the renovations done to the old studio.
Man.
When he was under the desk for many years. It's where he burrowed.
I still have the Oregon State thing that we got sent to us.
Yeah, I got a full-size Benny. He's it's the actual human-like mascot of Benny, but it's probably 1.5 feet tall. Maybe I need to bring him in one day.
Good old Benny the Beaver.
Where the hell
State,
to the gnaw?
Yeah. Oregon State responsible for is it 2 in the history of the hell to the gnaw game of the week that ever did
I think 2 teams have done it.
Yeah. It was Oregon State.
Oregon State was the first because we had to buy something.
We were they were 30-point underdogs. They won the game outright.
Yeah.
We had some near misses. Didn't TCU nearly get upset? Not once, but twice.
Yes, and Virginia almost did it for us. I think it was Notre Dame.
And they were 30-point dogs or thereabouts?
Yeah. That was maybe around 2014, 2015. I remember Virginia got it all the way to the end, and people were saying, you guys are going to have to create verses for Here Comes Virginia.
Oh, we would have been singing that full-throated, buddy. We would have come in here celebrating Virginia's win.
Would have hired one of those barbershop quartets, where they have the striped suits and everything with the old flimsy hats.
No, Dad, I think you're right. It was Kansas who nearly upset TCU one of those games. This is back before Kansas turned around.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, TCU was the favorite. Yes,
and
that was nearly
30.
40 points.
Oh, it was huge. So 38 points or something like that. And Kansas was down 3 in the fourth. And I remember thinking, it's going to happen. Come on. I missed the hell to the nah team of the week. We can still have it, but we can't do what we used to do, which was the song. Because the stupid ass situation with YouTube and how it works, if we play anything.
It's not just YouTube anymore. Facebook does it now. Spotify gets mad. All the gods get mad.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. We're not allowed. Listen, guys, this show was, I proudly selected the bumper music for this show for years and years and years and years and years and loved it because I thought it was part of the show. It was, a reflection of my music collection and what I loved. And I'm a music nut. And I like that people would enjoy that. We can't even do it now. We can't do it because we get zapped and it'll pull us from all the platforms. So, if there's a second of a song that is a licensed song, we're effed. And oddly, that song, Hell Nah, by the preacher there. The bishop, sorry. He's now dead. Anyhow, that song was licensed.
He and Jerry. They're in the same place.
They may be having a beer together, waiting on food to go, hanging out.
Would you like another one? Hell no.
It's Jeff Cameron Show, 93.3 Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV.
Local news now.
One person was seriously injured after a shooting Wednesday night in local hospital in critical condition. This is an ongoing investigation. This is Rachel Lene with your Real Talk 93.3 local news update, brought to you by Macklemore Systems, Tallahassee's go-to Mac store. Check them out online at MacklemoreSystems.com.
This is meteorologist Paul Trombley with your Real Talk 93.3 weather update. High of 75 this afternoon. Under sunny skies, northerly winds around 5 miles per hour. Clear skies again tonight, lows around 45. Partly cloudy tomorrow. Daytime highs approaching 75. Temps above average Sunday and Monday with highs in the low 70s. Scattered showers possible both days. This report is brought to you by the Lawn Johns. For all your landscaping and lawn care needs, visit thelawnjohns.com. Currently, it's 71 degrees.
Did you know that the survivability of a metal roof far exceeds that of a traditional shingle roof? At Metal Roofing Sales of Tallahassee, we have a brand new state-of-the-art roll former that produces the highest quality VersaPanel, PVR, and standing seam options. And we will guarantee to match or beat any local competitor's pricing. We're a family-owned business ready to offer you the very best sales and installation service in the area. And don't forget about our veterans and first responders discounts. Call Metal Roofing Sales today at 850-536-9123 or online at metalroofingsales.net.
Hey, Jeff, what's up, buddy?
I was just thinking, they never tell you that when you grow up, one of the things that you'll miss are the games that you created with your friends in the neighborhood.
Oh, good days.
So I would have my buddy come over, and then we'd make up these games that were kind of like a hodgepodge of every game that you've ever played.
Kind of like the bikes we built.
Correct. Yes. And it's a grand experiment. In the beginning, nobody knows how to play the game, and you argue about what the rules are going to be. And in the end, everybody knows how to play the game. By the end of that summer, you know the rules, the neighborhood know the rules, and you play that game like it's the greatest game ever played.
And you still try to break the rules, right?
Oh, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But at the end, Eddie, you're never going to play it again, and you'll think about it the rest of your life.
And the best game you ever played was that game.
Never been a better one.
Hey, you want to have a Gordo Smash, Jeff?
I do. I'd like that.
Gordo's, bringing the flavor and flair of Cuban food to Tallahassee since 1996.
The Jeff Cameron Show is a production of the Warchant.com Multimedia Network. Check out Warchant.com today for the latest news inside Florida State athletics. That's Warchant.com. Now, back to Jeff on Real Talk 93.3.
Mario, I'll know beyond the chat, buddy. I'll know beyond the chat. And the frequency with which you run, you're not dying anytime soon. You'll be here long after a lot of us are gone.
Unless an emergency vehicle just runs a red light, and there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah. If you get run over on one of your many long runs, then perhaps. But other than that, I think that heart is probably as strong as any. The Big Ten, the other college football story, in an internal document, laid out their 24-team college football playoff, what they want. And this is the reason for the fight with the SEC and why we stayed at 12. Once again, they got lucky. They fell into it. These two bickering a-holes got lucky because it shouldn't be more than 12 teams. You don't need 16. You don't need 14. You don't need to keep expanding. 12 is kind of maybe too many.
How about 13?
You want 13?
Let's get 13.
So this is what they want to do. And I'm all right with this part of it. Be interesting to see if anybody else is. But they want to eliminate the conference championship games. Okay. And instead have a 23+1 selection model, an additional weekend of on-campus college football home games.
What's the one?
Well, let's find out together, Tom.
23+1.
It's a 23+1.
So like the best team internationally gets in.
This is kind of funny, by the way. I could just picture that's the annoying person at the office meeting when you're around the table. Might I add something? Oh, Jesus. That's the response right off the bat. Here comes Ted with all this cockamamie nonsense all the time, making sure the meeting lasts longer than it needs to, never saying anything that makes any damn sense whatsoever. We all have to sit here and pretend like we care what Ted has to say. I was thinking, guys, 23+1 model. Anybody?
Oh, and it's the anybody that sells it.
Oh, yeah. Anybody? What do you guys think? Hear me out.
Best international team is the +1.
Ted always says, hear me out, because he knows it's going to be ridiculous and perceived that way.
Have you seen Warsaw University's bomb shelters? They're called the bomb shelters. Unbelievable.
23-1, guys. I see that look. Hear me out. And then here we go. Here it comes. So obviously, you know that the 12-team format remained for 2026. The latest document obtained by Pete Thamel says that here are the interesting details. Is the committee being tasked with not having any rematches in the first round. So if they do the 23+1, can't have any rematches. All right.
Okay.
Sides of the potential expansion issue were drawn clear. By the way, we knew that from the recent weeks, and that led to the stalemate. The Big Ten details what the conference has termed a 24-team college football format. Excuse me. And they are continuing to reach out with said format to the SEC to try to convince them that this is the way to go. The SEC, for their part, has said, look, I'll get you to 16, but we're not eliminating the conference championship games. And it doesn't show a formal or official in terms of the future of the college football playoff planning. It does begin to kind of unpack the vision the way they see it. It offers a potential timeline, which is desired by the Big Ten, that wants to see the format grow as soon as 2027 and 2028 at the latest. It goes on to say that there would be 5 automatic qualifiers and an 11 at-large teams. This is the proposed 16-team format that they came back with.
Yep.
So we'll see when if that gets approved. I think the 16-team will get approved probably by next year, at the end of this next year.
Well, the fact that it didn't happen this year is stunning, but it speaks to the dysfunction that you have going on. It's because Sankey's getting beaten about. He's finally getting beaten about. He's made to look small because he's not the head honcho anymore. The Big Ten performs better. The Big Ten makes more money. And he's been
has won back-to-back national titles with 3 different teams.
There it is.
The 23 best teams in one spot for a group of 6. No automatic qualifiers, which was a point of emphasis for the Big Ten in the college football playoff discussions. If the field grows to 24, they would not want automatic qualifiers.
Okay. Who's the guy in the room? Was it Ted again who says no rematches? And another thing, no rematches. I hate rematches. No rematches in the first round.
Like the way it would have looked this past year and the way the Big Ten wanted it to look, if we had it, if they had applied it, what you would have had is 7 SEC teams, 6 Big Ten teams, 5 Big 12 teams, 3 ACC teams, and 2 group of 6 in Notre Dame. That's the way that would have
Notre
worked.
Dame's the +1?
Well, that's
because of course.
Yeah. The top 8 teams receive buys.
Does this mean that if Notre Dame finishes in the top 24, they're automatically in?
Probably. Top 8 teams receive buys. There would be 8 first-round games on campus, then an extra week of home games with 8 second-round games played on campus. All the top teams would be rewarded with a playoff home game, which has been considered a flaw in the current system. For example, number 1 Indiana didn't play a home game in last season's college football playoff. The optimal window to start the 24-team playoff would be the second weekend in December, which would have Friday and Saturday away from the NFL competition. It would address the long rest period that's emerged early in the 12-team playoff model. Yes, way too much. Teams with buys and extended layoffs went 1-7 the first 2 years of the college football playoff.
What they would need to do, though, if it's that second week in December, is give midday to Army Navy. You got to have them in their own time slot, untouched by the playoff.
Agreed. The quarterfinals fall on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day at bowl sites, and the semifinals would be the following week at bowl sites. That would be followed by a mid-January title game at a neutral site. That's what they want to do. So, and they want no regular season rematches, would not be permitted in the first round.
It's not allowed. I don't care if the seeds are clean. We got to move them.
It would be allowed in the second round.
But barely.
Not if I could help it.
I fought for it. No rematches, period. What if there's a rematch of the title game? Split title. I hate rematches. First team that won wins it by default.
How the college football would handle making up the cost of losing the conference title games is kind of the issue here. People are like, yeah, man, they make us a lot of money.
Yeah, they could be playing games. It doesn't have to be your top 2 representatives. It can be your on-the-bubble representatives, and then you got the danger. I think that's the middle ground there.
I think we got to start the season in what is now week 0. Everybody starts that week, and we have the national championship game on New Year's Day, and we do not carry this on forever in a day, and we don't need man, how much more irrelevant are we trying to make the regular season? Damn it, man. You got 24 teams in a playoff. Somebody's got 4 losses in a playoff game.
Well, we've got a quarter century of the season not concluding on New Year's Day.
I know.
And I'm good with it going on the 8th if you play your semifinals on New Year's Day. That's fine by me.
Maybe. But
the 23rd, 24th, 25th is it's
ridiculous.
It's a little egregious.
Yeah. We'll be rolling into February with games soon enough.
I do like the pitch about back-to-back weeks of on-campus games. That's better. That would be an improvement.
On-campus games are the best part about the playoff.
It also sounds like the SEC really doesn't want those conference championship games to go away, and they want the neutral site bowls. Maybe they're getting kickbacks from Atlanta. Maybe they're getting Atlanta money at the SEC. I wonder if old Sankey's pockets are being lined by lobbyists from bowl officials in Atlanta.
I would like to see the season end on the 1st. I have it to be New Year's Day. A big celebration to start the new year is your national championship game. Starting week 0 for everybody. Let's just get it on. And don't be taking 15 days off between games. Let's go. Play them.
August 15th. Let's go. Move it up. Keep moving it up. We need something in August anyway as a country. So there you go.
Other than the oppressive heat.
That's right. And if that means that you have a rule that games can kick off morning times, pre-noon on the East Coast in August, they can kick off at 10 a.m. They can kick off at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. So be it. That would be fun. Remember, the first couple of weeks in college football, they kick off at 10 a.m. You can get your day started early because they stay out of the heat.
As we get older, we're proposing that all college football games start at 7 a.m. I'm saying I'm watching us grow old together here, sir. At some point, because I used to hate noon games as any normal functioning young man did, because you're out all night and you want the opportunity to celebrate and have a great time, sleep in, go to a football game, party into the evening and all that. Now, buddy, my days start so damn early. It feels like it's almost dinner time around noon. Yeah. I am that demographic now. Let's go.
We could just move the HQ of the operation to the West Coast time zone and then continue to do the job as normal. And that way our life's experience is exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, I love noon games now. I know it pisses off our friends over at Madison Social and everywhere else, but in Garnet and Gold, I know, and I love all you guys. We're all buddies.
Especially today. They hooked up. Dude got a beeper.
Yeah. Did you go by there already?
I did.
Oh, look at you.
I did. I went there on the way. Yeah, I got the Heather fleece.
I didn't see that one when
it was in the vault. It's in the vault.
All right, there. I'll be hitting you up later.
And then I got that.
Look at that sweet ass fleece.
Yeah, look at it. Yeah,
that's at the vault, Garnet and Gold on Pensacola.
Yeah.
See, I got this T-shirt.
It's a good T-shirt. I got the polo shirt to go underneath because you got to match it with the polo. You got to give a little gold love to it. And then I got the shirt that you got, but it's the one that says softball, like Panama Noel put earlier in the chat. So that shirt is very comfortable. It says Seminole softball.
I have a softball shirt, believe it or not.
What?
I do.
Excuse me?
I know. I've got
Did I leave it in your car after golf?
No. Brand new. I forgot about it. I saw it yesterday when I was reorganizing my Florida State dresser. I have a Florida State dresser. I have a drawer. It's a dresser drawer. And that drawer features that particular drawer has a bunch of Florida State gear, most all of it from Garnet and Gold, of course. But and you know, my wife always says, how much more Florida State gear do you need? That's the exact one. You got the same shirt I got.
So you got because they're on the same rack.
But I got mine. No, I got mine a while ago.
Oh, really?
Oh, I got that softball shirt like 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But
super comfortable.
But I moved it because I was putting in the other stuff.
Try blend.
And I slid it to the right, and I forgot it was in there. It just didn't see it. And then yesterday, when I was looking for my other Florida State stuff in anticipation for opening day, I was, I forgot I got the softball shirt. I need to break it out now that the season has started. What's the status of the ladies right now? I know they lost the Texas Tech game.
Yeah, it was a tough, really nice catch in the outfield, and we were double off at first.
Man, I'll hurt your feelings.
Lose 3-2.
Yeah.
And then I think they're night games the rest of the way. I'm pretty sure they're night games.
By the way, 3-2 is not so bad against national runner-up.
Considering how many freshmen we're leaning on this year.
This is my whole point.
Yeah, we could pitch, and then we've got a lot of freshmen. So, yeah, not bad.
when you've got a young team, man, you're going to lose some games, but how competitive are you against the best teams in the country early? A nice indicator, perhaps, that you're in a good spot. That's, for me, what I want to, that's what I'm going to be paying attention to early on for that team. This team needs to hit the ground running for baseball. I don't know if
we're keeping an eye on, too, the Sunday, if they're going to move the game or not. The weather's no good. It's the front's coming through. There's nothing to avoid. Like, it's not, it might rain, it might not. No, there's a front pushing through. So by the time we sign off today, if there's a change on Sunday's game time, which I would think be a doubleheader tomorrow, we will let you know.
Just want to point out that Akshay Bhatia is at -11 in first place.
Oh, there you go. Get it in before the wins are up.
Buddy.
What'd you bet him? To win, or did you bet him top 5, top 10?
I have
Or did you do that rainbow thing, top 20, top 10, top 5, top 3?
Yeah, I did all the levels. I picked him to win. I picked him to finish in the top 20, in the top 10, in the top 5. I also picked him in my parlay, which had the U.S. -3.5 goals against Latvia.
That's right.
And top 20 for this tournament. So that was kind of a big bet. That could really be a nice start to the year, Tom. If now I just need, obviously the U.S. came through 5-1. So I covered that with ease.
So we can have an Akshay Bhatia United States pizza party here.
Let me tell you something. I'll get an Akshay Bhatia jersey if he wins this tournament. I mean, because I've sprinkled plenty of pizza money all
should say
on
AK
the
on the front and Shay on the back. So, what is that? AK Akshay. Akshay.
Oh man, yeah, man. I'm all in on Akshay. Hour number 2, fourth coming. Stay with.
Hey, everybody, it's Ed Dean along with Roger Henderson, also with FloridaDaily.com. Just want to remind you, daily 4 to 6 in the afternoons right here in Tallahassee on Real Talk 93.3 FM. Roger, it is literally the 2 fastest hours anywhere in afternoon talk radio.
And if you think the country's going crazy, we'll help you make sense of it all.
Oh, yeah, we'll try to make some sense of it. Again, Monday through Friday in the afternoons, Ed Dean, Roger Henderson on 93.3.
You probably already know that Pinch a Penny Pools and Spas is your one-stop destination for all pool maintenance needs, offering everything you need from chemicals, cleaners, vacuums, nets, and more. But that's not all. Pinch a Penny also carries a huge selection of premium hot springs hot tubs paired with easy financing options, making these luxury hot tubs affordable for everyone. And if you have an older hot tub and you're worried about the hassle of removing it, worry no more. Pinch a Penny will not only remove and haul away your old hot tub, but also offer a trade-in value for a credit towards your new one. So why wait? Visit Pinch a Penny's 12,000 square foot showroom today on Greer Road and discover how effortless and affordable owning a fantastic hot tub can be. Find out more at TallahasseeHotSpring.com. That's TallahasseeHotSpring.com.
Tired of calling 1-800 numbers just to get put on hold? Flush those numbers down the drain and call Terry West Plumbing and Septic Services, now offering Terry's Toilets, providing clean, reliable porta potties for any job site, special event, or backyard party. Real local people doing real work. No robots, no AI, no call centers. For all your septic services and portable restroom needs, one local call wipes away the competition. Call 850-510-8558. That's 510-8558. Or visit terrywestplumbing.com. When you call, we answer.
It's where you raise your kids, where friends become family, where every corner has a story worth telling. It's your neighborhood. At ABC 27, we share those stories, bringing you news that connects communities, builds pride, and reminds us we're part of something bigger. We are ABC 27, in your neighborhood.
Love to compete on the dartboard? Then it's time to head to the CP. The Corner Pocket Bar and Grill is Tallahassee's premier dart bar, featuring steel tip boards and soft tip internet play. The Corner Pocket hosts leagues and tournaments regularly. Just check out their social media to find a time that works for you. And in between games, grab a pint and a bite in the cool AC, or enjoy yourself outside on the deck. Whether you want to catch a game or start one of your own, the place to be is the Corner Pocket Bar and Grill, 2475 Appalachie Parkway. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
Coming up next, more of the Jeff Cameron Show. Live and local on Real Talk 93.3 WVFT, Gretna, Tallahassee. Your Sports Flash update on Real Talk 93.3 in Tallahassee.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers making official some coaching additions as they bring in pass game coordinator TJ Yates and senior offensive assistant pass game specialist Ken Zampese. Both those individuals have worked with offensive coordinator Zach Robinson in Atlanta. Also, it is now official that quarterback coach Chandler Whitmer has been hired. They also hired defensive assistant Todd Bowl Jr., assistant offensive line coach Andrew Mitchell, assistant special teams coach Luke Smith, and defensive line coach Marcus West. In baseball, the Miami Marlins announced that they have designated left-hander Josh Simpson for assignment. They needed a 40-man roster spot for lefty John King, who they recently signed. They also officially announced the signing of Chris Paddock. Ronnie Enriquez being placed on the 60-day injured list. This Sports Flash is presented by Progressive. Bundle auto and home, renters, or condo insurance and save with Progressive. I'm Matt Pauley on Real Talk 93.3.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The Colonel despised the word empty. Empty plates, empty tables, empty stomachs. That's why he made the KFC $5 bowls, like the famous bowl. Creamy mashed potatoes, crispy chicken, corn, gravy, and cheese. Because the only empty the Colonel liked was when you reached the bottom of that bowl. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. 5 KFC bowls for just $5 each.
Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. See Nice Tire and Auto Service at 4792 Bluntstown Highway today. The ASE trained technicians at Nice take the guesswork out of fixing your car. That's why wherever you see the Goodyear sign, you'll find what you want in tires and service. From preventative maintenance to a major overhaul and everything in between, you name it. Plus, Nice's services are backed by a nationwide limited warranty. Stop by Nice Tire and Auto Service. 4792 Bluntstown Highway, just west of Capitol Circle.
Barry knows cool, he's keeping you comfortable. Barry knows cool, you can put him to the test. Barry knows heating and air conditioning, keeping you comfortable. Here's what Barry does best.
No matter how busy life gets, your home is the place where your family and friends show you they care and celebrate with you. That's why the professionals at Barano Heating and Air Conditioning always make sure your home is comfortable. Just like those who matter to you most, Barano will always be there for you.
This is Tyler from Barano Heating and Air. Now you can schedule an appointment, purchase or renew your service agreement, or pay your bill from your mobile device. Any day, anytime, anywhere. When you turn to the experts at Carrier and Barano Heating and Air. Online at baranoac.com.
Florida license number CAC 1816186.
Barry knows heating and air conditioning.
Pay-per-view fights can ring up big bills, especially since in the Octagon there is one every few weeks. That's why the Seventh Hill Tap Room right downstairs from Corner Pocket Bar and Grill carries every single fight. Plus, unlike most pay-per-view bars, there's no cover charge. And drink specials too, like $3 select domestic beers and more. And if you enjoy international soccer, Seventh Hill opens early. $2 mimosas on Sundays, anyone? The Seventh Hill Tap Room, 2475 Appalachie Parkway, just downstairs from Corner Pocket Bar and Grill.
Broadcasting live from Florida's capital city, this is the Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Orange Theory Fitness on Real Talk 93.3. Now, stop what you're doing and listen closely. It's time for the Jeff Cameron Show in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
on 93.3, Tallahassee's only locally owned and operated radio station. Boy, Denny McCarthy sure loves Pebble, man. He doesn't do a damn thing anywhere else, but he loves that. Tony says, Jeff, since you've seen practice, what do you think game one lineup looks like? Yeah, we talked to did they release that yet, by the way?
Not yet.
I mean, I know
usually
Mendez is starting, right? The rotation is completely set.
Yeah, it's Mendez, Beard, Moore.
Mm-hmm. That we projected, and that was kind of thought to be the case no matter what. I will say this. Obviously, well, what I'm looking at is Carnes at catcher, Miles at first, Frazier at second, a combination between McCauley or Putnam at third, Cal Fisher at short. The outfield will be Chase, Dowd, and Delamalier is what I think that's going to look like. Now, how he decides to put them together, that's what Tom and I were debating. Because you need protection, obviously, for Miles Bailey. And we'll see who he thinks can get that job done. Probably Cal Fisher, right?
Yeah, I think Fisher would hit behind him. If not him, Putnam, I guess.
Yeah, so
either way, it's a right-handed bat. You want a right-handed bat behind him. It's not like it's the major leagues and there's a ton of great lefties out there, but just in case you want the balance in the lineup. My guess is they'll hit Miles third to start the year.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're having trouble protecting him, I think you got to elevate him up to second. We'll see.
I'll tell you what, I would be I don't know. I'd be very interested to see if they would ever move him up to second in the lineup. But I understand your point. Because, damn it, man. My man's got to see pitches.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and again, in that first inning, if Chase is on, I don't care that he steals second and maybe steals third. Do you want 2 on and nobody out in the first inning of the game? You I guess you could still pitch around him, but I don't know that that's a wise idea.
How do you say, is it Kiambor? Guy's name is Mitch. He's going to be part of Florida State's front office and is going to have the role of director of high school scouting.
All right, bringing another one of those. Good.
That's kind of important. Now, he was at Duke for the last 2 years in the same way that Garrett was.
Was he the good one that we lost? I thought we lost a really good eye for talent to Duke. Is this him?
Yes, it is him.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, good.
He began his career at FSU. He was originally here from 2022 to 2024. I believe that is a report that I read. I want to be fair because I don't like it when it happens to us. So I read that. I think Zach Blostein wrote that because I remember thinking, oh, that's the guy. That's the guy. And I'll tell you, behind the scenes, Tom, you know as well as I do, because we've had the same conversations with people about this situation. A lot of people felt like that guy was a huge loss when he left to go to Duke.
That's why, I'm not up to date on the latest football hirings or the news. Today I'm focusing on baseball. When you said that was my first question. Is that the guy? Because I have no idea what that guy's name was. All I know is that they had a guy, and they're like, he left for Duke. Damn it. Why would we lose a guy to Duke?
He's a Florida State graduate too, by the way.
Okay.
So he was in the hospitality program. But anyhow,
But he knew how to look at film.
He did. He absolutely did. So, all right. Look, that's an important role because without being too snarky, and I certainly can be, I'm not always feeling good about the eyes that are looking upon the high school recruits that we've been brought in.
Because they don't mature into
They don't
players
get any
for us?
better. They don't be, well, A, we don't do a good job of bringing them here in an elite fashion. And B, they don't get any better. It's like they come in and you're like, oh, I'm excited about that kid. And then, oh, that kid has done dick all for 3 years.
I knew it.
It just drives me batty. And so, yeah, man. Welcome back, buddy. Welcome back. Now get out there and start telling Mike who to grab. Because we need some players around here. Anyhow, so that's a hire.
I got momentarily excited for baseball because, I am generally speaking, but the live stats are up behind the scenes. So I pulled up the link thinking that maybe they posted the lineup, and they're not posted yet. So
they're smart enough. They didn't do it.
It's blank still.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh,
yeah.
what's the lineup?
What's the lineup gonna
Give me the
look
order
like?
of operations.
John noted, Tom, I don't know if you saw this. The first Section B tailgate of the 2026 FSU baseball session is about to commence. Hear, hear.
Yeah, that would be Johnny Mac.
Oh, I just realized that. I didn't read the name all the way through. I was just looking at the sentiment, the star there I saw. Oh, Johnny Mac. Good job, baby. Good on you, Johnny Mac. I'm sure you're hard working at the grill right now. Usually on the grill.
He is.
Help it out. Soon the shots will begin to flow.
Oh, yeah. If Can's going to be there, Jell-O shots. He was at Alicia's wedding. How many Jell-O shots did you have?
A lot.
Yeah, me too. Wait. Yeah, they moved them out there to that the outdoor.
And I ended up having like 6 of them.
I agree.
Well, it's just, the Jell-O.
They actually didn't go down bad. It was the after party that got me. It wasn't the Jell-O shots.
You kept going, but you were by yourself.
The hell
You
do I
could
care?
do that. Yeah, you could do whatever. I left. I
went
had
to
a good
downtown
time.
St. Pete.
Yeah. I took it back to the lovely bar there at the hotel and just had a tall beer with my wife.
You judged your evening. You're like, well, if I want to accomplish all the goals that I have for the next 24 hours, I'm gonna call it a night tonight.
I'm gonna have to call it a night.
The first of which is, and I was like, yep, all right, buddy. I see you.
Well, you knew, because if I would have gone with you, we wouldn't have gotten back until the wee hours of the morning,
That
and
is
it would have
correct.
been a problem.
Mm-hmm. That was for me. The wee little lad hours.
My favorite is that we do that every time back in the day when you would go to Charlotte with me for the ACC kickoff. And then, of course, you weren't used to my old manisms, which is that I get up regardless, and I would get you up. Hey, buddy, it's time to get it moving.
Absurd. It's the last time we'll ever share a room was that
Well,
day.
also, we don't have to anymore.
I know we don't,
And we
but-
never would anyhow. But that was the one time, yes, many moons
All right,
ago.
I've had enough of it. It's 8 a.m. Get out of bed.
I couldn't believe you were still asleep at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. Come on.
It was, the sun was peering through the drapes. I'm like, get up, man.
We don't have a pregame show.
We wanted
for
to have
the next
breakfast.
7 hours.
We had to have breakfast.
We didn't.
It was
We
calling.
could have had lunch.
It was calling us.
No, it wasn't.
The breakfast places in Charlotte are bountiful. It's one of the best things they
It
do.
was great. Yeah, we have 30-mile-an-hour gusts around the corner.
It was cold. It was oddly cold.
And you said we got to the Brugger's. We found a Brugger's. You said, "Isn't this better?" And I said, "No, it's really not."
It wasn't a Brugger's, was it?
It was. Yeah.
No, well, we didn't find one of the good spots then. Nothing against you, Brugger's, but I mean,
No, we were
you're a
walking for
chain.
days. We were walking for days, and they're like, "Well, we gotta. You know what? We just gotta cut our losses here. We gotta cut our losses."
Now I know where the great place. Hey, listen, we had a certain football coach that knew where all the great Danish was that you gave him.
That's right. That's right.
What was the name of that place? It's awesome.
Oh,
it's
I
a mom and pop in downtown Charlotte.
All I know is it's light blue and dark blue are their colors, which you would imagine in Carolina, and they present it in a very nice box.
They do.
For all of those danishes and pastries. Yeah, and the Clemson kid knew. You had the safety for Clemson. He goes, "Oh, you got something from such and such place?" Like, yeah, it's for Adazio.
Adazio?
Yeah, long story.
Yeah, we gave Adazio the pastry. You did, and he was like very, very excited about that pastry. I just pictured his face when he saw the pastry. What you got there?
Well, you know what he
Pastry?
said? It was the ultimate compliment because it's a very Northeastern thing to say, or kind of / Italian thing to say. You're kidding. As in, you've gotten my hopes up. Is this for real?
Yeah.
He's like, this is for you, coach. He goes, you're kidding. You're kidding me.
I got to follow up on a story I talked about day before, and it was that Johannes Hosfla-Klebo guy who's such a badass.
Yep. Did you set your DVR?
I've gone back and seen it. No, I didn't set the DVR.
Every
Nobody
stride?
sets a DVR anymore, but I just pulled it up. You
Oh,
can
your
pull
YouTube
it up on
TV
demand.
library. You know?
Yeah, no, but this is my guy, the cross-country skier for Norway. I admitted a couple days ago that I was wrong to the guy in the chat. Who was the guy in the chat? You had him. You knew
I
who
believe
it
it was Jeffrey with a G.
That's right. Jeffrey, you were right. I was wrong. I can actually watch that cross-country event because of that dude who's a star. He won his 8th gold medal today, tying the Winter Games record. He's 29 years old. You know, Tom, I went and followed him on Instagram because he has all kinds of videos of himself training for these events. And I wanted to see anybody that was part robot, part human. Anybody that could do what he does, which is a sub 6-minute mile up a hill on skis in the snow, freezing cold, just hauling ass. And it is unreal. He collapsed at the finish line, by the way, and said he considered the race to be his toughest challenge yet. He only won by 4.9 seconds. So that means there's another badass, and that guy's name is Mathis Deloges from France. And he was challenging Klebo, and I would have been heartbroken if if the French guy had beaten my hero here, my new Olympic hero. But people have a lot of self-hatred, buddy. To be able to train like that, it is unreal. Up a mountain.
Whose approval are they chasing?
Yeah. Dad left him early in life, buddy. The Frenchman's a 23-year-old, so he'll be back in the mix. So we don't have to pity him. If he's got the same heart that Klebo does, he'll be back in the next Olympics. But damn, man, it's unbelievable. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, go watch that guy. It's insane. He has this expressionless thing going too. That's the thing that would make you scared. Like he's a cyborg. He's just locked in. Like, I don't know about you, but when I'm running in a dead sprint for any length of time, I'm sure it shows all over my face how much I'm hating this. I'm sure that, like, if you see me at Orange Theory gunning it and we're doing like a minute all out, because we do sometimes do a minute all out. A minute all out sucks, by the way.
A minute's a long time.
It's a dead sprint for a full minute. As fast as you can go. And at the end of that, the only thing that keeps you sane is like you're saying to yourself, okay, I can do anything for a minute. But this guy, sub 6-minute miles, just.
That sounded like a curse, but it wasn't.
Oh, no, it's just a sound effect. I'm saying, yeah, sorry.
You hear it now?
Yeah, now I hear it. I didn't notice it then.
Yeah. That's what I used to say when Super Mario shot the fireballs out loud. And my mom was, what are you saying?
You were going.
Well, I was saying, yeah, like we'll just go with the feather word that rhymes with. I would go pluck, 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 and I would say the word, and she go, where did you learn? And I just thought, I was like, that's the sound that Super Mario makes.
Oh my God, that's fireballs. Funny. Does the campster have any suggestions for watering holes on my road trip to Greenville?
Liberty, whatever.
There's a nice tavern downtown. It's got all the good, the cherry wood. It's beautiful. It's a good bar. Tom and I spent some time there. Then we went to a different bar. That's when I noticed the fumble. Remember the fumble against the Saints and Alicia was there?
Oh, that was in Boston.
I thought that was in Greenville.
No. Greenville was.
I thought that was when we went up for the Clemson game.
That is correct. Greenville was the Clemson game. Liberty Tap Room. I just looked it up. But for the fumble against the Saints, that was Jameis rookie year.
Okay.
That was we went to the Boston College game that Friday night.
That's right.
Saturday we did the Fenway tour,
right. Yeah,
and Sunday we watched. Yeah. Yep. And then we went to the cash only bar.
Well, that was a shaky place. A legendarily shaky place.
Well, the Be a Man guy has from Boston has a whole bunch of content from there.
From there?
From there.
Oh, how perfect is that? That's great.
So I've been racking the internet history to find the Adazio picture where he's holding the pastry. I couldn't find it, but I found a picture that I tweeted of the box of the pastries.
Yeah, but that's not that picture of Adazio. I'm going to find it during the break.
And there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
What presentation? Look at that.
What you got there?
You're kidding.
It's good stuff. Man.
Good wine is vital.
That was a great quote from him. Pitch a Pity Pools and Spas. Something special for everyone that they've been waiting to tell you about. And if you've been waiting for a new hot tub, this deal is for you. They've got Costco pricing. That's right. Right now, while supplies last, Pitch a Penny has partnered with Costco for an exclusive partnership and discounted pricing plan, which is cool. It's a short period of time, only while the tubs are still around. Pitch Pitty Pools and Spas have the hot tub you've always wanted, now at prices that you will not see again. If you already have a hot tub and you're tired of it, it's worn out, you want a new one, they'll come get that old one, haul it away, give you money towards the new one, and now the new one's cheaper than it's ever been. Pitch Pitty Pools and Spas, massive showroom over there off of Greer Road on Capitol Circle. Exclusive Costco partnership pricing is available right now for a limited time.
Introducing the all-new six-man blend from Grassroots Coffee, the coffee crafted for those who bring the energy, heartbeat, and passion for Seminoles basketball.
Every bag of Grassroots Coffee's bold and smooth six-man blend not only tastes amazing with nutty and chocolate notes that hit just right, but every sale directly supports the FSU men's basketball team as they battle on the court.
Grassroots Coffee is locally owned, locally roasted, and locally loved. Keeps us connected to the team, the university, and our community for those of us who bleed garnet and gold.
So whether you're hitting the gym before sunrise, gathering with friends before tip-off, powering through the daily routine, or just serving customers at your business, raise your mug, fuel the team, and stay connected with Grassroots Coffee's six-man blend, available exclusively at grassrootscoffee.com.
Grassroots Coffee, made for everyone, loved everywhere. Hey, no fans, our partner ISF Inc. is a national management and IT consulting firm located right here in Tallahassee, Florida, solving the future for state governments through strategy, process, and technology. As a trusted advisor for state governments, ISF knows the importance of defining a clear and detailed strategy. Our friends at ISF can help your organization create a strategy that sets you on a path to success. ISF, your vision plus our expertise brings your brilliant ideas to life. Visit ISF.com to learn more. ISF, solving the future.
Hey, it's Shannon Young with Cross Country Mortgage. If you work hard to serve our community, whether you're a teacher, a nurse, firefighter, police officer, or first responder, or even a city or county employee, I've got some great news for you. Florida's Hometown Heroes program can help you buy a home with down payment and closing cost assistance up to $35,000, depending on where you live and work. It's a way to say thank you to the people that keep Florida running, and I'm proud to help local heroes take advantage of it every day. Don't assume you don't qualify. Let's find out together. I'll walk you through the process, show you how to combine these benefits with the right mortgage plan, and help you make that dream of homeownership a reality. Let's get started. You can reach me at 954-369-6171. That's 954-369-6171. I'm Shannon Young with Cross Country Mortgage, helping our hometown heroes find their way home.
Hey, Jeff, what's up, buddy?
I was just thinking, I never tell you that when you grow up, one of the things that you'll miss are the games that you created with your friends in the neighborhood.
Oh, good days.
So I would have my buddy come over, and then we'd make up these games that were kind of like a hodgepodge of every game that you've ever played.
Kind of like the bikes we built.
Correct. Yes. And it's a grand experiment. In the beginning, nobody knows how to play the game, and you argue about what the rules are going to be. And in the end, everybody knows how to play the game. By the end of that summer, you know the rules, the neighborhood know the rules, and you play that game like it's the greatest game ever played. But
And you still try to break the rules, right?
Oh, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But at the end, Eddie, you're never going to play it again, and you'll think about it the rest of your life.
And the best game you ever played was that game.
Never been a better one.
Hey, you want to have a Gordo Smash, Jeff?
I do. I'd like that. Gordo's, bringing the flavor and flair of Cuban food to Tallahassee since 1996.
From the championship stage to coaching change and everything in between, Warchant.com remains your home for the best FSU football coverage in the business. Brutally honest columns and features, market-leading multimedia presence across video and podcast, the largest FSU fan community with a staff that combines for over 100 years of experience covering the Noles. When change comes, Warchant.com is your home for analysis from every angle. Warchant.com, your ultimate Seminole sports source. Sign up today.
The Jeff Cameron Show is a production of the Warchant.com Multimedia Network. Check out Warchant.com today for the latest news inside Florida State athletics. That's Warchant.com. Now, back to Jeff on Real Talk 93.3.
Rather shocking. We've got a Ricky Fowler sighting. He is at -10. Third place. Look at you, Ricky. This is stunning. Another update. Tommy Fleetwood flying up the boards. That's good to see, as somebody who sprinkled some pizza money on Tommy Fleetwood this week as well. And my man Akshay Bhatia is still in first. So let's just hope that continues. We're on a path to good things. We'll see. A long time between now and the end of the tournament. But that is the good update that I wanted to give you. And perhaps he has awakened from his slumber, but Ludwig Aber is now at even par, Tom, 3 under today. So looking like a professional golfer again for the first time in a long, long time. We, I believe, found the photo.
Well, I was on my phone there. I'm trying to send it to myself from the cloud. And sometimes the cloud is annoying. So give me just a moment. And I have the photos.
Good times. Good times. Yes, I the look on his face is so perfect. So we'll post it in a minute for those of you watching on the YouTube feed. The NFL won its grievance against the NFL Players Association, effectively banning the union from conducting and publishing future player report cards, according to a memo distributed to all 32 teams and obtained by ESPN today. What does that mean? Well, you know how at the end of every year, the report cards come out where the locker room and the overall assessment of the facilities and the location of the home base for teams, like in Tampa, it's $1 place, they call it. So every professional franchise, of course, has an order of operations and a place that they do business beyond the practice field. You have the cafeteria, you've got the locker rooms, you've got all the things. And the players the last few years have been grading out under anonymity their franchise's facility. And then those grades have been given to reporters, and a story is done every year about which one's graded the highest and the lowest. And the NFL didn't like it. And an arbiter found through the hearings with the NFLPA's witness and counsel that the report cards were designed by the union to advance their interests under the guise of scientific exercises. That the NFL said, you got to stop doing that, guys. It's nonsense, and we don't like it. And they said, screw you. And then they took it to court. Well, an arbiter anyhow, and the arbiter ruled in favor of the NFL, the owners. Kind of shocked by that? I am.
There must have been some sort of correspondence that had a smoking gun.
Well, the NFLPA refused to produce data related to the previous surveys.
Well,
there it is. So they were basically asked, okay, what's this based on? We'd like to know.
Through omission is the smoking gun. Understood.
Oh, and by the way, when pressed on it, a union witness, now this is somebody who will be railroaded soon enough, but a union witness told one of the NFLPA investigators that, yeah, we're cherry picking the topics.
Okay.
My man. So that's kind of why it happened, but it's banned now. I used to like those things. They would crack me up.
Got the photos.
Let's see him.
Look how happy he is.
I know, man.
Look how stunned and happy he is. This is right after he said, you're kidding me.
Yeah, and this is, a year before he got fired, is it?
Yes, it's 2019. This will be 7 years now this summer. And then here's one during the interview. He's got it close by.
Oh, yeah, he's got it close by there. Yeah, he wasn't going to let me confiscate the...
No. And then I took an artsy shot because the next place he went, it was in the seat next to him with care, and I made it black and white. But there it is. He set it down on the chair next to him. When he was doing wherever. That might have been Clemson radio. He's like, I'm taking this box with me.
He was excited that we gave him a pastry. It was very kind of you to go out and get him a pastry.
Look how happy he is.
I could reach out to him and send him that picture because he legitimately, this is true, folks. Here's a little peek behind the curtain. As far as Adazio goes, this is a guy that the media doesn't like. They just don't like him. And I don't know why, because he was always great to us. I think it's because I asked him a hard question. The very first time I ever asked him a question.
It was a clap, and you had no right to ask it because you were running way behind.
No. I wouldn't. Whoa. Let's not change the story here. I was running a minute behind because I got coffee at the slow-ass Starbucks in the lobby, and you texted me and said, hey, man, he's walking up. Where are you? And I said, I'm waiting on this coffee. Give me half a second. I got it, rolled in. He looked at his watch. It was like 7:02 or 8:02, whatever it was. I wasn't way late, but I was late. And coaches don't like late. I don't like late. I'm never late to a damn thing. You know that about me. I'm
That's
early.
true.
I'm
That's true.
never late. I hate being late. It pisses me off when my friends are late.
Well, he was perturbed by the lack of punctuality.
Oh, and
be
he
it a
had
minute,
a right
be
to
it
be.
2 minutes.
Yeah, he was pissed. He was.
You came out swinging.
Well, I knew I had to bring it because he was staring like death rays through me when I sat down. And look, that question, I did wonder it when I was on the escalator down, whether I could ask it. And it just came out because I was so in a hurry to think of a question to talk to him about. I didn't request the Adazio interview. It's one of those ones they just gave us. And so sometimes it works that way when you get to these ACC kickoffs. They'll just give you interviews with people that you didn't even ask for. You can put in requests for up to like whatever it is, 3 or 4 people, and then they give you some of the others. And a lot of times they'll just spring it on you. Like if I had known, hey, you've got to do a 15 minutes with this middle linebacker for Virginia Tech, the night before, I'm going to read up on that guy. But they don't always do it that way. They'll just be like, hey, we got so-and-so available. We're going to bring him down here. Who the hell is that? What?
And this interview was conducted in 2018 because this was the follow-up. The pastry was the follow-up year because he was asking me if I was eating a pastry. That's how it all started because we were trying to kill time.
And then you got him the pastry.
I gauged his response on how he's doing with a couple minutes.
It wasn't good.
And it wasn't good. And, he's like, and then he goes, you having a pastry? And I was like, no, it's a bagel, but close. Yeah, very close.
So my question to him was, what is reasonable to expect at a place like Boston College? And that was pretty much the question, was it not?
Is it reasonable to expect high-level success?
Yeah, that's what it was. That's how I is it reasonable to expect high-level success at a place like Boston College?
End of question. Pregnant pause, and here we go. And the response, the
It was
first
a
thing
great response.
he goes, well, and then he got into his response.
But it was fantastic because we're looking for a Boston College guy or whatever it was.
A BC man. A BC man.
Yeah.
And then you guys are locked in. It's not war, but it's tense back and forth, and he's giving answers and engaged, and the fire alarm goes off. And you guys continue the interview.
We never looked away. We just right here, you and me. You and me, partner.
And it's and you're going.
Right here.
I can't use any of this audio, but you guys are going.
And by the end of it, we stood up, shook hands, and a friendship was born. He was like, I respect that dude. I could tell he might be slightly hungover. He was a minute late to the interview, and he comes out swinging. He has the audacity to come out swinging because the media party is always the night before. And it's like, man.
Yeah, right. I know.
I've learned my lesson. The last 2
was
times
also
I have not
unlimited food.
gone to the media party. I've just stayed in my room.
It was the unlimited food night. I'll get 3 of those, 2 of those. You're like Dangerfield in the clubhouse in Caddyshack. Give me 3 of those, 2 of those.
Well, it was the tall boys at the end of the night that did me in.
Yeah, it was a lot of tall boys.
I kept grabbing the tall boys.
I'll take 3. Just, you got to have and not need.
Yeah, I did. We were walking. We weren't driving.
Yep. We were walking all through downtown Charlotte. It was good.
It was funny. And he sat there with me. And then the next year when I saw him, I knew immediately that we had bonded because he saw me in the elevator and he was cool.
He was already happy to see us before there was ever a pastry, but that was the cherry on top. Was the pastry. There you go, coach.
And now he's terrible at media. And it's really
hey, whoa, we might have him on as
he's not gonna see this. He's terrible as an analyst.
He's trying to do the cool thing too hard. He already is cool in his own way.
Yeah, don't do that. Just give us he doesn't want to. This is the hard part. It happens to ex-players and ex-coaches when they first get in the booth. They know so many of the people in the business, so many of the players and coaches that they're going to have to talk to, and they know what it's like to be on the other side of it, to be a coach who gets criticized, and they don't want to do it. But it's part of the job as an analyst when you see something about a player or a coach or a program that's not, operating successfully, you have to call it out. You have to point it out to the audience. Hey, they're having a real hard time here because I'll tell you what, 72 can't block him. F-72's feelings. That's the deal. That's the whole thing. You have to say it, just like you have to be critical if a coach won't move away from a strategy that isn't working or whatever it might be. And they just don't want to do it. And they bend over backwards to not do it. This is why Brady got so much better this year, was he just decided, I'm going to attack this through the lens of a quarterback, and I'm just going to tell you what a quarterback sees. That way I don't have to go off this other path, ripping this guard or this thing or this other. I can say, we're having a hard time with protection on the left side, so you've got to know that your hot route is here before the ball is snapped. You're looking, and that's a smart way of doing it for him.
Well, he's also got the wrong booth. I should just be a media consultant. He and Wes don't fit. Wes is too all shucksy and folksy. And so Steve Adazio is trying to mirror that.
Oh, you're talking about Adazio does. I thought I was going to say Brady.
No. Well, I'm applying the lesson.
Perfect.
Well, yeah. Brady's got a perfect booth.
Yeah, he does.
But Adazio does not. He's got Wes Durham. And Wes is a fine play-by-play guy.
He is.
He is a pro's pro, but he does never want to ruffle any feathers whatsoever. He is a company man. We all understand this. That you could still be an excellent play-by-play guy and be a company man. Adazio needs to be a little edgier. And so when you've got all shucks, folksy,
Wes,
whatever the accent is, South Carolinian, whatever, it's like a true Southern drawl. And you got this guy, it's not going to work. In fact, they had a bad moment that was on a hot mic. I told you about this during the season because they called 3 Clemson games in a row preceding ours. Like they were just with Clemson for a month. And the ACC digital network did not cut out some content during the break.
It's a problem, guys.
And Adazio's talking to the truck about what he wants the replays to say. And then he said something incorrect. And the way Wes jumped in and said, it's the third quarter or something along those lines, or it was third down, means that there had been some.
They're tired of it.
Not enough cartilage there.
Yeah.
We got some bone-on-bone
friction
problems here.
Would you know what you're looking at for once? Damn it. You called that guy the wrong name for the third and fourth time. I've corrected you every time without drawing attention to it.
I think that was the energy that was brought there.
There is that unwritten rule, and everybody knows it because when you talk for a living, you're going to misspeak occasionally. You're going to say something wrong about the player's name or the date of a game or the
Christian
final
Jones
score.
is still there rushing the passer for Florida State.
That was Tom's hang-up for a very long
Christian
time.
Jones.
Christian Jones.
Or
over
Matthew
and over
Thomas.
again. Over and over again. I'm like, it's
Matthew Thomas, Tom.
Yeah.
It's not even the same number.
I didn't. The first time I just let it slide and we keep going. The second time I'm like, yeah, that's Matthew Thomas has got to make that play. That's a nice way of like that. And then, but by the end, I was like, Tom, Christian Jones is long gone, buddy. We got to let him go. I know you loved Christian Jones, but he's gone.
Well, that's why you make the play at 100 miles an hour, man. You can't be thinking. You just got to go. I know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Let's just call him for this exercise Christian Jones.
From here on out.
If Christian Jones broke Brad Kaya's tooth, wouldn't we appreciate?
We would. Yeah. Christian Jones could be out here starting for us again this year.
He was with the Bears.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, man. Better rates, better options, stronger support, and a faster response is a good thing when you're trying to get a mortgage to buy your dream home. You'll get that from Shannon Young, who's with Cross Country Mortgage, featured in 7 different states, Florida, Georgia, Bama, Tennessee, Texas, and the Carolinas. He's hardworking. He has unwavering commitment. He is an honest man, and I like to endorse his good work, his expertise, because a lot of people have reached out over the years that we've been doing this and said, yeah, I did. I reached out to Shannon. He did an awesome job for us. So I love those kinds of endorsements. LoansForKnowles.com, LoansForKnowles.com.
Your local news now.
A Leon County man is behind bars and facing multiple human trafficking charges. Jermaine Jameson, 42, is charged with 5 counts. .3 local news update brought to you by McLemore Systems, Tallahassee's go-to Mac store. Check them out online at McLemoreSystems.com.
This is meteorologist Paul Trombley with your Real Talk 93.3 weather update. Ample sunshine expected this afternoon with daytime highs approaching 74. Northerly winds around 5 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, lows level off around 46. Highs level off around 74 tomorrow. Mainly sunny. 71 Sunday with showers likely. 73 Monday, showers continue. This report is brought to you by the Lawn Johns. For all your landscaping and lawn care needs, visit thelawnjohns.com. Right now, 73.
I'm Michael Garrison, third generation here at Metal Roofing Sales of Tallahassee. It's a common misunderstanding that a metal roof is more expensive than a traditional shingle roof. At Metal Roofing Sales of Tallahassee, we'll show you how affordable it really can be. A metal roof far exceeds the durability and lifespan of a shingle roof, saving you thousands of dollars over time. Not only do we have the technology to fabricate and produce the best materials, we have the most experienced contractors to install your roof as well. And we will match or beat any other price in tile. Find us online at metalroofingsales.net. You can trust the 3 generations of service under one roof.
Hey, Jeff, what's up, buddy?
I was just thinking, I never tell you that when you grow up, one of the things that you'll miss are the games that you created with your friends in the neighborhood.
Oh, good days.
So I would have my buddy come over, and then we'd make up these games that were kind of like a hodgepodge of every game that you've ever played.
Kind of like the bikes we built.
Correct. Yes. And it's a grand experiment. In the beginning, nobody knows how to play the game, and you argue about what the rules are going to be. And in the end, everybody knows how to play the game. By the end of that summer, you know the rules, the neighborhood know the rules, and you play that game like it's the greatest game ever played.
But they still try to break the rules, right?
Oh, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But at the end, Eddie, you're never going to play it again, and you'll think about it the rest of your life.
And the best game you ever played was that game.
Never been a better one.
Hey, you want to have a Gordo Smash, Jeff?
I do. I'd like that. Gordo's, bringing the flavor and flair of Cuban food to Tallahassee since 1996.
The Jeff Cameron Show is a production of the Warchant.com Multimedia Network. Check out Warchant.com today for the latest news inside Florida State athletics. That's Warchant.com. Now, back to Jeff on Real Talk 93.3.
So, Brandon, I'm excited about the baseball season, too. And you go back and you look at what Florida State did, a year ago, 42-16. Is that what the final record was? Something like that?
Sounds right.
Really good team, and a team that, I had some flaws late because of the bullpen. But the game that killed you was the game out in Corvallis, game number 1, man. You lose that 5-4 game in 10 innings, and you weren't going to be able to overcome that. That was a blown game because you win the 3-1 game, and obviously it goes to a third and you have no more pitching. You had all the injuries that led to really a limited number of options. That's what we're hoping is different this year, is that the options out of the pen are such that you can attack at a lot of different angles with a lot of different pitches. I think offensively they're going to be good enough. Will they be elite? They've been elite offensively the last couple of years, or at least, 2 years ago they were elite. Last year they were very, 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 very good. I would even consider them elite. So
I think they were. I think 2 years ago they were just the best in the game.
The best offense in the game, yeah. They were. And last year they were very good. But they got killed by the bullpen. Hey, lest we forget, man, that game they lost in that Sunday game was 14-10. They battled.
Yeah, they battled.
They battled their ass off to come back in that game because they obviously Wes had nothing. Got lit up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you found out later he had the flu. I'm like,
mm-hmm.
I got some serious questions while we're rolling a man out there with the flu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, that was a toughie.
It was not easy.
It was hard to watch.
Not easy. Yeah. I'd just rather you lose game 1 that weekend and lose it resoundingly 10-2. And then you're chasing, and then you don't do enough. But the way you lost game 1, still there.
It was ridiculous.
It's still there.
Yeah.
I'll just never forget looking at the stupid stat broadcast system and watching it happen and keeping my trap shut.
Well, you gave up 3 in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah. I had the win graphic ready and all, because you got to do that. It's not a jinx. It's part of the job. So I had all that stuff ready, and then I'm just waiting for the broadcast because streaming is 10 minutes behind real time. And I see that we have blown it, and I see that we lose, and friends on the couch. I'm not going to spoil it for him. He's got to enjoy it organically.
Let me tell you something. When the first run of the 9th scores on a wild pitch, Okay. And that's how it happened. And then you get the single to left field, and it's 4-4. And then the single to center in the 10th. And, the comeback's complete, and you're sick to your stomach. And you had the botched, it wasn't called an error, but you had the botched play out in the outfield. That pisses me off to this day.
It doesn't as much as the misplay in center field in Omaha or the base running blunders in Omaha against Tennessee. You're going to win the national title. That's my moments. There are some times in Florida State history where you say about perhaps the Miami football game. Well, if you win that game, you're going to win the national championship.
That's
me and Tennessee in game 1 2 years ago.
I think so too. I think they probably would have won the national championship. A little less certainty than some of those years when if we had beaten Miami, we were the national champions.
Oh, right. Yeah. If you get a called strike 3 in baseball against Miami, you are the national champion.
Yeah,
right. Isn't the game over at that point?
Yes, you were going to win. Yeah.
Yeah. There's the pile.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody's catching us out of our bracket. Not if we're in the winner side of the bracket with that offense 2 years ago. Oh, my God. Good luck. You're going to have to drop 14, 15 on us to beat us. And you got to beat us twice? No way. Wasn't happening.
What I got mad about wasn't just that Joe Charles came in and sucked. It was that Joey Vellini.
Joe Charles catching a stray on opening day the next season.
Well,
you're like, man, I can't wait to go back to my alma mater and catch an opening day as a fan. Let me turn on the local radio program.
Well, hey, Joe.
Well, the thing about Joe Charles sucking.
I need you to do better, buddy. I mean, it happened. But the Joey Vellini performances down the stretch were so good. And he was great in that game. 6 2/3, gave up 1 earned run. Struck out 8, was dominant. Vellini was a stud. We're going to miss the hell out of Vellini, I fear.
Yeah.
I love that dude.
The term bulldog is overused, but he
serious what for to him, didn't he?
He was legit bulldog status.
I love that guy.
Hey, they dressed up the stadium a little bit for opening day. I'm going to post the photos up there now.
Let's take a look. Opening day dressing up, huh?
There you go. Look at that.
All
nice
right.
little touch. I forget what that's called. Piping or some such thing.
The ribbons of some.
But
sort.
that is
I don't know what that is.
That's a Major League Baseball opening day thing that they do. That's cool.
Well, good for, and Link was just talking about it. We were quoting him. How pumped he was about this whole kit and caboodle. Yeah. That makes me smile. We're going to be over there. Mere moments.
I know.
No word yet, Florida man in Alabama, about the changing of the Saturday games. Oh, bunting. You're right. Live spectators call it bunting.
Piping, bunting. Thank you. Piping.
As soon as you said it, I was like, I'm just going to keep moving.
Well, that's what they call in the cars, right? With the stripes? Do they call it that? No? I know what else it could be.
Look, they've got the piping.
I believe that's what that team 2 years ago did to Florida down in Gainesville when they had to call the game. There's a little bit of piping going on here.
There was some piping going on, that's for sure. Oh, yeah, just now when you said it, I wanted to be like, verbiage, sir. Phrasing. Let's just keep it moving.
Still no lineup. I checked the stats, the official stats.
I think I basically gave the lineup.
That's what Tiger did at Pebble in 2000.
Yes, he did. My goodness gracious. You know it's out, and if you haven't done it yet, it's your chance. I sound like I'm promoting my own sports book. I should have my own sports book as much as I talk about this, but the stock watches are out regarding MLB's preseason over-under numbers, buddy.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Woo-hoo. All right. I like it.
What's the Pirates this year? You got to be 81.
78, I think it is.
Woo!
Double checking.
I'm buying 81.
Buddy.
You're going over 500 this year.
Oh. I'm just sitting here picturing that. You know I watch every game. Well, all but like 10 games.
Yeah. You're at least 150 a year.
Yeah.
Kind of a guy.
Every night. I go home and I watch them. And I endure sub 500 season after sub 500 season. My wife asks, why do you do it to yourself? Because she hears the reactions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she hears it from down the hall. Sometimes she chuckles. Sometimes she'll pick up over time which players are my favorite, which ones are my least favorite, and everybody in between. And my favorite question of hers to me is, because she doesn't watch the Pirates. She'll watch baseball. She loves baseball. And she'll come in if the Pirates are on and, sit around for a few innings and watch, but she's not like locked in the way I'm locked in. And she'll be like, boy, the way you talk about that guy, why do they keep rolling him out? Why do they keep putting him out there? I mean, you hate him. Oh, yeah, I do. I do hate him personally. There's always a guy. Every team's got one. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
Every team's got a guy where you're like, that guy.
Brendan Morrow for the Lightning. I still real problems with Brendan Morrow.
Who's the guy you hate with the Mets? Oh, you got rid of him. Your outfielder you hated.
Oh, McNeil.
Yeah.
Hated McNeil.
Yeah. He's easy to hate.
That was a good day.
He's easy to hate. I'll tell you that.
We'd send him off to Oakland or Vegas or
wherever Sacramento where they are.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
You go ahead. Toss your helmet now after every at bat.
My guess is, guys, as far as that, how many in a row to open the season feels realistic? Wins?
Well, the Globe Life thing trips that up a little bit. They should beat those teams out there. They're Big Ten teams mostly, right? But
yeah, let's look at you want to do that? Let's go with the schedule here, and I'll give you a prediction of when their first loss occurs. You ready?
It's not going to be to Jacksonville and Jacksonville, is it, Matt Miller?
No. All right, so JMU this weekend, nice little sweepage. All right, little 3-0. If we get them all in. We do have Jacksonville on February the 17th. That's a win. Globe Life at Arlington. I'm going to give us a win there.
Over Michigan.
Then we're going to beat, then we got Auburn. Then we have Nebraska. This is fun. I'm going to give our first loss to Auburn.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think your Knoll card's in question. I think we're going to start 22-0.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. I was going to say. No, I mean, you can lose today. It's baseball.
Give me first loss to Jacksonville here on March 3rd.
Wow.
Yeah. We'll beat them there. 2-1. 2-1 final, March 3rd here. But we make it through February unscathed.
Wow. Okay. I mean, by the way, I just pulled up D1 baseball, not to give them a bunch of love, but
where they have us ranked 32nd.
They usually loathe us, and then they get indignant when we point out to them that it's ridiculous that they have us so low after all those wins. But the preseason top 25 had UCLA at number 1, and then it was they don't have us in the top.
No.
Third. What do they have us?
42.
No, they don't. They've got 9 bids going to the postseason out of the ACC. And the preseason favorite they have in this league to be Georgia Tech. I'm not buying it.
Doesn't James Ramsey run that team now?
He does.
That's right.
He does. They have. Wow. They don't have us in the top 13. They don't have. Yeah. Well, there are like 25 different rankings for college baseball, and none of them mean anything.
Yeah, we're at 16th.
Yeah.
There you go.
None of them mean anything. We're at 16th. Okay. That's actually pretty high for us in D1 baseball. I'm surprised it's that high. And actually, look, if you look at who we're behind, they have us behind Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, Oregon State, North Carolina, TCU, Auburn. Auburn, there. You see, I picked it, Tom. We're going to be the lesser.
We're going to win that game, and it will drop down to 21st in D1 baseball. Auburn will go up to 5th as the quality is scheduled.
And Georgia Tech is ranked 5th in the country.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. I would not have guessed that. But what do I know? I haven't been able to deep dive Georgia Tech. They may be elite.
If you did, that would be worse than when you started parlaying the ping pong league.
Yeah, that was fun. I was winning for a
You're
while.
parlaying it.
Yeah, I was parlaying it. Tuesday night games are a weakness for almost every team, Adam, because you're going to try to find some things out. They often do have a guy that they like to slot there as the 4th pitcher, but it's, to me,
last year they were hurt by Crest getting hurt and not having Leiter.
That's
I mean,
right.
they had people
Tuesday. They had Tuesday people, and those 2 people got hurt, and that was that. Most teams don't go 5-6 starting pitchers deep. Now, one thing I will say, this speaks to a philosophy thing. Mike Martin loved winning the midweek games and would sacrifice certain aspects of development in order to amass those wins. Meaning he would really whittle down the people he thought could win him games or should be in games, and then stick with that group pretty early in a season. And the experimentation, which you can use for those midweek games, was not nil, but pretty close. And I'm more of a person who thinks, look, I've got to develop more guys. I got to figure out guys beyond the obvious that are going to help in the postseason. And the only way to do that is to take some chances and throw guys in situations that are uncomfortable, start guys that you don't know whether or not they're going to handle that well or not. And you would do it not on the weekend series, obviously. You would do it on the weekday games. And because of that, you might lose a few of them. But I'm always for that. They think they've got a fourth this year, by the way. But they are going to experiment with some guys and give them opportunities on those Tuesdays. So I can handle losing those games.
I would like to provide you one of the definitions of piping is the thin cord covered in fabric used to decorate clothing or soft furnishings and reinforce seams.
But it's not bunting.
Which I'm glad that Florida man or that the Spectator put it in all caps because he was very mad.
Well, he wasn't mad. He
that
was
we didn't
yelling,
get it.
Bunting.
But piping is used as a decorative element, so I wasn't completely out of line.
Piping. She said it was,
so Scotty Scheffler.
What an opening day. Oh, goodness gracious. Final hour, fourth coming again. Jeff Cameron Show 93.3 Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV.
At Epps Decorating Center, we're your local